Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good day everybody. My name is Albert Tan. How are you guys? It's a long time since I did the last webinar. I think it's in last year, December. So glad to be here and glad to be back. And today we have our special guest from Triplo AI, Mr. Philip. Philip, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to join your webinars. You're kind of a very kind person with founders like me, a very good friend, and I admire your professionalism on dealing with the lifetime deals crowd. So it's a pleasure for me. Thank you.
Great. Philip, thank you. No, you are my good friend, So you are one of the, I would say, I mean, maybe not many people knows. You introduced to me to one of the founders, from US and co-founder, I think from Brazil, who did the very first webinar with me, in the maybe few years ago, 3, 4 years
Yeah.
ago, I believe. So that's how my webinar or live session started, since then. So always be very grateful to you as well. So that's why I'm so happy to have you here again. I know that Triplo AI has actually progressed a lot. Since 2023. Don't look at this Triple AI as something that is fly by night, I would say. That's now I was talking to Philip. There are so many, by so many people like to use the word with a heavy heart. So there's no heavy heart here. It's only happy heart here. So
Yeah.
we will talk about it later, guys. So before we actually start, I've seen that there are some people are already on the line from YouTube or maybe from Facebook or nothing. But officially, everything will be from YouTube, because I do not want to confuse everything because there are many ways to view the webinar in my Facebook page, in the Download Silo Facebook page, and also in the YouTube. So whatever that you comment, please do it in try to do it in YouTube because sometimes when you do it in Facebook page, I cannot catch it in the back end of this wave video. So to be sure, please do it in the YouTube if possible. So and all the announcement or whatever, we also directly will stream to YouTube because YouTube is very stable because it's Google. Google has a lot of servers around. Okay, without further ado, I would like to say a few words, to everyone. For those who have here first time, and then please tap your name because sometimes I don't see people tapping your name. You're using some maybe your channel name, the kind of thing. So of course, when I post here, will be under download silo. Okay, guys, this is something that we're going to do about in 1 hour. And before we start, I would like to inform that there will be a price increase in the AppSumo deal, triple what I got triple AI. So I always have this difficulty. There will be a price increase in about 4 hours. So after this, if you want to buy, please do so before this 4 hours comes up. And this is for real. It's not something that is FOMO. So it's confirmed that
And it's important to say it was not programmed. We didn't create a scheme for that. It's just that
yeah,
Epsum decided to increase the price.
correct.
We agreed, and happened to happen during the webinar. So take advantage if you feel like you could use Triple AI, and remember that you can also take advantage of their refund. They offer you like 60 days of no questions asked refunds, and I'm good with that. The only way to make me happy is if you're happy using Triple AI. If you are not happy using Triple AI for whatever reason, just share your feedback and I'll happily work on it and make it better for the next time.
Okay, guys, if you are ready, then we should start now. So before we start, I mean, normally we would warm up the stage, So we are very warm up in the back end. So we want to warm up in the front end. So guys, yeah, I see Valentin, Leon, Jadip, Harrier, China. I don't know which China are you. There are so many China in the group. So if you don't mind, just state your name. Which China are you? Okay, so and for this webinar, we will be giving away 5 prizes. One is a tier one, 3 tier 1 and 2 tier 2. So that will be 5 prizes. So as usual, the prizes will be given out during the webinar, but sometimes we have to do it after the webinar for a reason that very well because sometimes for certain reason we cannot do it So without delaying any further, I would like to ask Philip some question. And Philip, if you think that this question you do not wish to answer, just say so. There's no harm to say no. Okay, the very first thing I want to ask is, how is your campaign in AppSumo running? Is it very successful, or is it very disappointing, or you're very happy with it?
Oh, I love the LTD crowd. I enjoy the way that the lifetime deal users engage with their product. So it's not a misstatement to say that we're in a way a kind of family. We have our early supporters. We had a first campaign on AppSumo, worked it pretty well. Absumo was pushing us to come back in 2024, like multiple times during Black Friday and stuff, but we felt that we should leave some room for development of the tool and making it more usable, better stable, and so on and so forth. So I really enjoy the AppSumo campaigns. We're doing pretty well. You can see our reviews. Things are working nicely, except for a like misleading guy that got confused, but everything is working pretty well, and I really enjoy it, and I don't see any harm. This is something important to say. We built AAA to be as sustainable and resilient as possible. So we work in a way where we don't foresee in any way a heavy heart email of theirs. Like, we are
Yeah.
not abusing anything. We're pretty straightforward and transparent with our answers. And I ask you to be as transparent in your questions, if you will. There's no like bad questions. If I can't answer anything, I can check with my devs. If I can't say because it's strategic for us, I'll tell you that I won't answer that. So feel comfortable asking whatever you want.
Okay. Thank you, Philip. So, I mean, if you don't mind, if you can tell us how many licenses have been sold in AppSumo?
Oh, we have exclusively from AppSumo more than 2,000 licenses sold. And if you sum up all of the users of AAA, today we have more than 10,000 active users. And I count users as devices because it's easier for me. If you know a little bit about AAA, you know that we run on clients. So you can have AAA on your mobile phone, on your computer, on your tablet. So there are multiple ways or devices that you can use your AAA. So we count devices as users.
I would say that that is a very impressive figure, because as far as I know, those people who can cross 1,000 licenses, AppSumo will actually open up their eyes, So I believe so because I talked to many founders. So
Yeah.
some of them are very difficulty to reach 500, even 100, 200, So the moment you reach 1,000, I think that is a threshold that, that the things are running good for you. I mean, for the founders. So good luck, Philip. This is actually a very good run for you, to be frank, So
We're
I
very happy with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
to be frank, yeah, it's actually good because you don't have what they call, you don't need to have what they call only from LTD group in the Facebook. There are actually a lot more people outside LTD group. You know very well. That's why where AppSumo is actually having a very wide base. So, oh guys, so if you are still thinking that no, Philip will run away, I don't think so. Philip won't run away. He has been here for so long,
No,
since
no, I put my face, and many of you know me from before AAA, and the story that brought me to AAA is quite interesting. I'm not the coder. I do understand how to code things, but as many of you, when I started using ChatGPT back in 2023, I wanted to have AI with me anywhere, and I decided to try coding something for me on my computer. And at that time, the concept was kind of weird nowadays because I, as I wanted to have it anywhere, I had to take advantage of the text inputs and fields where I could add or prompt things there. So the idea was, if I'm answering, let's say, a comment on Facebook, I would put a string in the beginning of the comment and add my prompt for ChatGPT. And I did that. I ran this MVP, these minimal viable products, and a founder of a company that I know quite well, Elbrus Tech, which is now the developer of Triplo AI came to me and said, "Well, I like that. That's interesting." So I'm the first user, and I'm probably the one that uses AAA more for more diverse uses because I know it's inside out and stuff. But we do have like lots of users taking very good advantage of it and consuming their tokens and doing their thing. So I'm the very first user. I really like the way we're developing it.
Okay, thank you, Phillips. So I guys, if you have any question, I would like you to actually ask as many as possible. As you know that our webinar or live stream is really depend on the question. In that sense, the more you ask, the better it is, and the more you ask, the better your chance to get a prize. So
Yeah.
why don't we ask one first question to the audience, and we give one prize first. What about that, Philip? Can
Oh,
you please
you
ask
rule
one
it.
question? You ask one question about Triple AI. Those who know you or know Triple AI will win the first prize right away.
Uh, I didn't came prepared with questions for you. I'm more into answering things here. So I spare me some time to ask in the end of the webinar, maybe.
Okay, if that's the case, let me ask one question. Very simple question. The first guy who get it right, you get the first prize. To make everybody happy. Okay, guys, listen very carefully. Who is the co-founder of Triple AI other than Philip?
Oh,
Go.
that's a good one.
It's so simple. Guys, you want to win the one prize without. Okay,
And
who's the guy?
that's a good one, and it's not that simple because my partner is not very visible as I am. I am kind of the face of Triple AI, but to be fair, he's the one that runs the show because I have I took the role of sales, marketing, and product in Triple AI, and I am the one that comes up
Nobody
with
answers?
ideas and
Oh God.
sorry.
Guys, it's very simple, no? If you care to explore a little bit, you will get the answer straight away.
Give them a chance.
Okay, let's see. Anyone? Okay, maybe I will ask again. Who is the other co-founder of Triple AI? Other than Philips. Okay, let's see.
Okay, we have an answer.
Mami Sabe. Bravely, congratulations.
That's
Is
it.
it right?
Oh, it
Philip?
is, and I love working with Rami. It's one of these. I know
Cannot
him
hear
for quite a
you.
long
I don't know
time.
why.
Sorry, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Sorry, no, my speaker is something wrong. Hold on.
But this is a question for the audience. Can you hear me, guys?
Give me a minute. Okay.
Powering off. Powering on. Connected.
Can you hear me?
Oh, cool.
Okay,
I
sorry.
can't. I can't.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because I couldn't hear myself, so that's my problem. Okay,
But can
guys.
you hear me now?
Bravely,
You
you are
ask
the
one
first
question
winner.
about Triple AI. Those who know you or know Triple AI will win the first prize straight away.
Hold on, I got my second
Um,
computer on.
I didn't came prepared with.
Oh man, we have a delay there.
Hold on,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Yeah, okay. Guys, I have to shut down the other computer because the my speaker my voice actually come up from the other side. So sorry for that. So bravely, congratulations. We will give you the first one of the prizes, tier one. Thank you. Okay, without further ado, Philip, I will show your backend and please start your demo or whatever you want to tell us because most of these people actually I know they are actually very seasoned people in our group. So just go a little bit fast, no problem.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for the answers and the questions. We'll go through them. But let me jump into Triple App Sumo page. And Here I'm going to explain the core concept of Triplo AI. And the whole idea, and one of the most common questions that I get, not only on AppSumo, but also on our support channel or Facebook, is, oh, how is it different from, and then you name it, from ChatGPT or another AI tool or something that scrapes things or an automation tool. So the core concept of Triple AI is allowing you to be able to use AI anywhere on your computer. So no matter if you are on a web page or if you are, let's say, on a PDF or if you are on your text editor or whatever you are, the whole idea of Triple AI is if you're on your computer or your mobile phone, you should be able to use Triple AI for whatever you want anywhere. So, how did we do that? We created this dynamic where if you hit hotkey, Triple AI will get you focus. And this is the first thing. You can ask anything here. I can say what to do in Istanbul in a 3-day trip. And then here I'm using GPT-4o mini model on our allowance, so it's free for users of lifetime view users and also subscribers. And then I'm getting on this, I'm getting a generic answer coming from GPT-4o mini about what to do in a 3-day trip to Istanbul. But this is not enough. Sometimes people want to like chat with a triple AI. So here you have this chat mode and you can activate and you could like evolve on this and say, okay, thanks, but I'll travel with a 3-year-old kid. And then you evolve on your generation because now AI is like acting as a chat mode and you are like building up with your context and stuff. But chatting is not exactly why we designed TripAI because for this to be fair, ChatGPT is amazing and you should be using ChatGPT. I do use for chat quite a lot. When I'm like trying to sit and work on something, on exploring something or learning something, it's better to do it on ChatGPT. You would jump to that page and spend time there. The idea of Triple AI is that whenever I don't want it anymore, so this is a productivity tool, this is like a one shot, straight to the point thing, I can go back to my focus and go back to my work. I could go back to my contract and work on it. But if I want to consume content of these pages or documents or systems, I can use TripAI for that. And one way of doing it is I can select the content of it and say summarize, and using what I say, or what we call a awareness feature. So on a page, I could like select all the content of the page and say summarize and adding the AppSumo content here. And then it will work on that content of the page that I am. So this is the first key concept of TripAI. You use it to consume content for from whatever you are on your system and work your prompts on it. But let's say I want to consume content from a web page and I just know the URL. I'm processing lots of stuff. Um, so I could come and use the scraping feature of TripleAI. You see that we have this inline scraping here. And I could say something, and let me clear this chat here, and I could say something like, what are the main features of Triplo AI? If I do it without adding context, well, this will come from GPT-4o Mini as it was on their training. But I can use the content of this web page because we're capable of scraping content out of this web page from AppSumo and then bring content to enrich my generation. So the core thing about AAA, and I'm trying to summarize the most here, is you are anywhere on your computer, you want to work AI, to put AI to work for you, and then you can use this content or this page or whatever you are to enrich your comments. But besides that, of course, we do have tons of like what we call smart prompts. And with smart prompts, you start typing, and I could say something like LinkedIn, and then I have a smart prompt to generate LinkedIn posts. So in this case, how nice it is to be back to the download silo webinar. And what it will do, it will use a predefined prompt to generate a LinkedIn post about this context that I brought. We have like more than 200 of those. We can translate things, and I could like translate this to Brazilian Portuguese. So Portuguese, and I could translate it to Portuguese as spoken in Brazil or as spoken in Portugal, or I could say German, and I can translate it to different kinds of German. And if I throw in the content, we'll have the post in German. So you can see it's very, very flexible. But the beauty of Triplo AI is that not only it's available anywhere, but you can also customize it for your specific needs. So I can create like smart prompts for myself. So, and this is a fresh install. I have some to like create descriptions for my YouTube publishers. Whenever I put a video, I take the content out of the subtitles and I generate descriptions out of it. I can create a lot of different kinds of smart prompts. Some of them will be used just like this one we did for LinkedIn. Some of them will be injected in the middle of my prompt. So if I'm building a very complex prompt, I can add content from a smart prompt in the middle of it. And some of them will be just like context or things that I want AI to know to generate better results for me. So let me jump back to see if you're good or if you have like questions for me.
There are many questions, but maybe we should save it later,
Okay,
Philip, to not to distract you from your what I call the presentation or
okay.
demo.
I get annoyed not seeing people around, but okay. Let me head back to AAA. So uh, let me put a clear window here. So here we are, and we work AAA in a way where you should not be need to use your mouse quite often. So if I hit, let's say, Shift Backspace, this will clear my AAA. If I'm back to my documentation doing my things or learning something or working on it, I can do. And if I want AAA back, I hit the hotkey and then it's back to help me. What else do we have as like features so you know? You can set like custom instructions, and custom instructions are kind of powerful. Let's say this is the Brazilian Felipe, and here I'll add a way that I want AI to behave when I'm generating content. So I'm not Yoda anymore. Let me delete this, but I am the co-founder of Triplo AI, and I want AI to always generate content in Portuguese. So it's in Brazilian Portuguese. It's different from Portuguese. So now I'm going to enable it. And whatever I have this instruction activated, it will behave as if I am Felipe, the Brazilian co-founder of Triple AI. So if I ask the very same thing that we asked before, you see that now this will come up in Portuguese because it knows that I want to get the results in Portuguese. And bear in mind, this you can bring some very complex instructions to behave in a way that you feel like it's good. I have an instruction to act as a support analyst, so it always explains things step by step, and it takes care of not using complex words and making it easier for the user to understand what it's explaining, and so on and so forth. Let me jump into another one. We didn't talk about the models that we have. these are all models that we offer under our allowance, and the allowance is absolutely gigantic. We offer 2 million tokens each month for each device that you have activated under your Triplo AI license. So you can have an idea. This is about like 15 full romance books per month that you can work. And you also have, I believe I have an API key activated here, but you can also see how many tokens you have consumed. So the monthly tokens are replenished every first of each month. So I consumed like 23,000 tokens. I still have like 1,900,000 tokens to consume this month. So it's pretty much more than enough for you to use. And we are adding models now dynamically. So when DeepSeek launched the V3, we added the R1, I believe, for bring your own key. So you can use like OpenAI keys, Open Router keys, Anthropic keys, and soon there'll be like more fancy things that you can do with your Triplo AI. The whole idea of AAA is this: we are very resilient on the sustainability. You don't expect a like heavy heart email about us. We will live for a very very long time because we were designed for that. We are very conscious about your privacy, so we don't log or save or register anything that you do. We don't take part on the communication between you and your API provider. So if you're using your own API key, if you're using Anthropic and so on and so forth, we know nothing. We don't know your prompt, your results, anything. We save history locally. This is why it's not like shareable between devices. This is something that you have on your computer, your mobile, and only you have access for it. So it's a I call it's the best possible tool I could ever imagine, and I use it quite often in a very wide range of things. And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Phillips. Before we actually go into the question, maybe I actually have asked Philip on the back end actually on the training as well as
Oh, cool. Yeah,
automation features. These two features are actually advanced features, which actually available on tier 3 and tier 4 onwards, right? So, but
yeah.
those are very powerful features, but you need to what they call practice doing it, because this is something that is not out of the box. You can immediately do it, especially for automation. You need some skills. So, Philip, leave it to you.
And thanks for the question. The thing is that I compare AAA with Excel. I'm quite seasoned on Excel, Microsoft Excel, the spreadsheet tool. You can use it for like very simple things. You can fill a table with information that you have, and you can type all of them, and it's good. You'll be good. And this would be like equivalent for you asking a simple question on a prompt on AAA. It's an input field for open prompting. You can prompt anything that you want. But you can also engage a little bit more and learn some very interesting, tricky stuff, and take advantage of these all of these customizations that we allow you to have. And some of them are these that Mr. Tan just mentioned. And we have training and automation, which are we call it pro features. They are available on higher tiers, and the subscription costs a little bit more for them. And the idea of these features is that if you really need them, and if you are capable enough to take advantage of them, you'll love them. And let me explain to you. So, one thing that you should be aware, and I hope that you have this in your mind and you're sure that, is that AI is actually not intelligent. It's as good as the content that it was trained on. It only knows the things that it was trained on, or if you inject content for it. And let's call this content as context. So if I bring Triple AI to my screen here, and I ask something specifically about Triple AI, so what is training on Triple AI? And if I ask this, what it's doing, it's asking GPT-4o Mini to generate something, and it will tell you training on Triple AI typically refers to a process of teaching AI how to understand and respond various queries and tasks effectively. this is I'm sorry, this is bullshit. It's hallucinating and creating something that could possibly answer what is training on AAA. So how do we overcome this? We created this training feature, and what it does, for example, it gets the content that you're sure that is relevant and accurate, and it creates a sort of knowledge base that AI can consume to generate answers and results for you. So let's build this live here, and hopefully the demo gods will help me. So first things first, let me lock Triplo on my screen so you always see that. And I'm going to copy my documentation link, and I'll use a command that we have, which is scrape HTML. So I'm just gathering the HTML content of my page. And you can do this, doesn't cost any token, okay? This is Triplo AI getting the content out of the page. And now I'm going to ask something for AI to do. So I'm going to ask extract. I'm asking it to extract the links and return me only the URLs of this HTML. So what I'm doing, I'm just gathering all of the URLs of Triplo AI documentation out of this HTML. And this is something that I do quite often. When I'm playing with Triplo AI, when I'm doing things, I'm using this kind of capabilities that are not strict, very well known to do things. But you could use, let's say, a Chrome extension for that. So let it process everything here. And it's kind of slow, GPT-4o mini. But now I'm going to copy all of these URLs that are the full documentation of Triplo AI, and I'm going to build a mind out of this. Oh, I have one here. Let's create a new one. So this is Docs Mind, the name of it. And I'm going to use all of these URLs to train this, which we call mind on Triplo AI. And know that you could like throw in content directly here. You could use files and add PDFs, docs, CSVs, and all of that. And what I'm doing, what Triplo AI is doing now, it's scraping all of those pages and telling me, well, some of these pages could not be scraped. Okay. And I'll delete it here. And now I'm going to save it. And now, once this mind, docs mind, is built, I can be sure that the next time that I prompt something about Triplo AI documentation, I'll have accurate responses. Or at least I'll offer AI the chance of consuming content that I know that is real and relevant and that shows Triplo AI the correct way. And this can take like up to 10 minutes to build because there's lots of processing in the backend. But I'm going to show you how this works. Because if I clear my chat here and I'll ask again, what is training on Triplo AI? And this is the generic response again, so you can see that working, or teaching AI model something. But if I activate Triplo AI docs mind here, and I ask the very same thing, I'll reprompt it here, you'll see that we should come with a much better answer for this. See that it browsed the Triplo AI docs, which is pretty much the same thing. And now it's explaining me that training feature in Triplo AI allows users to enhance the experience by creating personalized knowledge base called mind. So now it knows that it's a mind. And it knows that it can have up to 200,000 tokens, which is around like a Romance book. And then it serves context for the prompts, enabling AI to generate more accurate results, and so on and so forth. So creating a mind is building something, a knowledge base that you know that is relevant for your generation. What are the typical cases? Well, documentations is very relevant. If you're working on your books and stuff, if you have like pricing and things that you don't want to mess up and don't want AI to hallucinate. You want to feed it with like trustful content to generate content. It's very, very, very useful. And just to be sure, yeah, the doc's mind was processed. It's pretty much the same. Well, this is feeding AI with good content to generate content. Now let's connect Triplo AI with something else, and this is automation. So one thing that automation, I'm pretty seasoned on automation. Also, I do know Public quite well, Integrately, Active Pieces, and all of those, and the new ones like Zero Work and also packages from Malcolm. I know them all. I use them all, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. But people get very, very confused when you talk about automation. And the important thing that you should know about AAA automation is that it's a sort of the begin of your automations. Um, let's say you're generating content and you want to deliver for a particular process of yours. I do have an example of mine. I use Pipedrive to generate, to take care of my CRM on another business. And I need to create cards where I describe the companies, I tell the URLs, the telephone numbers, emails, and what are the fields they work or their business and stuff. So it's kind of boring for me. What I do, I use Triple AI to gather content of these pages and then automation to deliver it to Publi. And Publi takes care of injecting this on Pipedrive. Could I use it directly? Well, I could. I could use Pipedrive APIs to connect with directly with Triple AI, but it's much more confusing than I want to, and this is all about productivity. So let me try doing something here so you can see how this goes. Let me find a local business, in like Florida. Um, what's the best marketing agency in Miami? And let's say I'm like prospecting or I'm working on a uh, marketing agency in Miami, and this is their web page. Oh, it looks interesting. I don't know exactly what it is, but what I could do, I could create a prompt and say, um, and let me build an automation here. So, first of all, I'll call this pipe drive card. And the function description is generates a pipe drive card about a business. And now I'll add function parameters. And these are the things that I want to extract from the generation. So I'm going to add something like uh, what's the core business of this company? And then I'll add a parameter, I'll call this core. And I'll add another question for AI. Where is it located? Location. And I'll add another one. I'll say summarize their uh, capabilities. And I won't extend this too much, but you got the point. We are like listing the things that I want AI to extract out of this content that I'll share. And now I'm going to deliver this for some other system. And this could be Zapier, Public, Active Pieces, whatever it is. So I have this webhooks thing here. And I should copy this. Okay. And I'll paste it here. I won't use like any API headers or anything. And I'll ask Triple AI to suggest me the structure of the JSON. That's done. So Pipedrive card out of some content should deliver me content structured in a JSON for this particular webhook. Let's try it. This is live. So I could come here and I have this automation activated, so Pipedrive card, and I could say something like, so in this case, I'm selecting all of the content and I could say pipe drive, or I could ask the around the description, but I'll use it directly and then throw in the content. And what it should do, if everything works well now, it would present me, and I have this activated. This could be automatically done automatically, but I want to approve things first. And now I have a description of the business, where is it located, and what are the capabilities. And I could like create much more. And if I submit it here, you see that it's calling the webhook, and now I have it delivered. So it missed something here, but let me regenerate it here. See how this goes and submit it. But for whatever reason, it didn't deliver exactly what we were expecting. But this is the core idea. You can preset things that you want AI to work on as an automation and then deliver the content for a third party service. The very same thing could be done the other way around. I could, for example, consume data from an API service and feed AI as I'm feeding with context or with content on training or anything that comes from other service into Triplo AI before generating the results and the content for you. But see, automations on Triplo AI are mostly the beginning of an automation process where you use AI to deliver content or results for third-party service. And this is a nice and fair summary of what it does. Cool.
Cool. Thank you, Philip. Yeah, I guess this is an overview of this automation and also the training, or you might call it knowledge base, So
Yeah.
it's actually very powerful. Only thing that you need a little bit work on your side, I mean, when you are using it, especially on the automation part. So
It
that's
is. It's not. It's unfortunately and this can be like a reflection of how I deal with things or how I like these tools to be because I like tinkering with them and I like thinking and working on them. Or maybe it's just something too complex and automation is not like easy on people. You have to have a structured way of thinking about the process and the steps and what's the information that you're delivering, but you need to engage a little bit. And to be 100% transparent, this is maybe one of the key problems of Triple AI. Most of the users nowadays and humans in general doesn't don't want to spend any time thinking about anything. They just want to open something, click a button, and deliver the results, particular, special, and perfect results. We are not designed for that. I don't aim on that. Triple I is not the tool. It's not one click to blog, one click to whatever it is tool. It's a tool where you can use your expertise to direct AI to deliver results very sharp and align it with your expectations. But this takes some engagement, I'm sure.
okay. Thank you, Philip, for your what I call explanation. And guys, before we proceed, I see quite a number of new guys from the chat, especially from YouTube. So for those who have not joined our Facebook group, please click the link that I've shared earlier. Of course, it's still subject approval because we do not approve anybody to join our group because there are too many what they call a fake profile, in the Facebook group, especially in LTD community. So please join it, and we'll see how it goes. If you are actually not a fake profile, then we will admit you. Okay, guys, you guys has asked a lot of questions, so I'm not sure whether we can answer all, but we will try. If we have not able to answer all the question, Philip will actually go through that and we'll go back to the Facebook group to answer that. Would that be cool, Philip?
Sounds good. So how do you
Okay.
want to deal with that? Should we scroll through the live chat here and start answering? Oh, we
Okay, let
have
me do
lots of
my
them.
job. I will project it in the screen, in the video,
Perfect.
and you answer from there. That will be much better. You can see everything. You can see the audience.
Thank you.
Okay, let me do it now. Okay, the first question from Valentine is triple
That's a
AI
very
give
good
me a
question.
complaint covered. What is the
Yeah, we
complaint?
didn't. It's not. I don't think it's a complaint. It's a compliant. The
Oh,
thing we
compliant.
did not.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I know that you can like self authenticate yourself on GDPR compliant. We didn't pursue that. Our servers are located, if I'm not wrong, in Germany or in the US. we do have a quite long explanation on how we deal with privacy, not only in our privacy terms, but also I recorded this particular video on YouTube to explain things. It's just something that we didn't pursue because, see, we're changing Triplo AI on a daily basis. And whatever effort that we make now is much more directed to the needs of the user. So things that you have been asking in the latest version 3.5.0, it's a statement for that than anything else. Since we didn't have many people pushing us for GDPR thing, we didn't pursue that. But if needed, we can do. It's not really a problem, and I'm not I'm not worried at all about this. It's something we do from the very beginning, and by design, we respect your privacy and your data.
Yeah, we know that some European users are very particular about this GDPR. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of
journalism.
a
Yeah,
life and death for them, in my opinion. But then, yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's move to the next
depending on the
question.
business, sometimes it's demanded by the business, but we don't have many asking for that. That's the point.
Okay, this question by James. Any are my inputs safe on all devices or just one that I use?
Okay. So, as I said, we take privacy as a very important thing. So, we don't share anything that you do on any device with other devices. So, other device won't have access to your prompts, nor your history, nor what's being generated. What we offer you is the chance to share with other device your customizations. So if you want to share your custom smart prompts, if you want to share your mind, your automations, your instructions, you'll have the power to do that and also to decide if the other device will be able to edit them. But regarding the content itself, it's a decision of ours that will not share this with other devices. So a common question: can I start using Triple I on my computer and continue using it on my mobile? No, you can't, and we probably won't allow that to happen. Your content never passes through our servers. This is the important thing.
Okay, thank you. Next question is: can we okay? This is a no, sorry. Can we consume content from embed video in website, YouTube, for example?
Oh, scraping is very capable as it is now in AAA. You can scrape content from YouTube URLs, and you can scrape content from websites that allows you to do that. Sometimes, let's say Amazon prevents AAA from scraping, as Facebook, as LinkedIn, and we are not a scraping tool. We are a tool that uses scraping to feed AI with context. So I think the answer is yes. You can consume content from videos and from websites.
Thank you. So China is asking, does the tier one provide 2 million token even if you use a more capable, what they call model? Maybe you
Oh, that's
explain
a
a
very
little
good
bit because a
question.
lot of people confused about your tokens.
Yeah, and it's a very good question, and thanks for the question, Chana. Let me state it very clear: we are not in the business of selling lifetime tokens of premium models. Don't expect to buy AAA and having like access 403 or anything, or what's the Claude 3.5 or whatever it is. Tokens exist on AAA for the simplest possible reason. We don't want non-tech savvy users to have to deal with API keys and like opening accounts on service providers and so on and so forth. So we are making it easier for users to have access to very good models. We have DeepSeek V3, we had 4.0 Mini, we have Llamas, the latest one. So whenever it's possible for us to live and offer tokens for models for our users, it's on our best interest. We want you to have access to the best things, but it cannot hurt our business. So you won't have O1 for now, as long as it's very expensive. One day, if it gets cheaper, we'll add, as we did before.
Yeah, one of the most important thing that they have is actually bring your own key, because I think more and more people would like that rather than you are talking about the tokens, because today DeepSeek actually come out and
Yep.
OpenAI got panic, so they actually, I mean, they might be reducing their price in future. I'm not sure. So
And see,
let's see.
the thing is quite simple. We must be alive to serve you well. So with 10,000 devices, if everyone decides to consume like $2 per month on premium models, which is somehow easy on O1 or 3 or whatever, we would have a bill of $20,000 in the end of the month and would be bankrupt and go out of business. And we don't want to do that. So it's easier if you want, and I mainly don't use them. Okay. So if you want, you can bring your own key. You can do whatever you want. We offer access to premium models under bring your own key. On our documentation, you see all of the models that we have with detail of them, whatever you want to know about it. But being quite transparent with you, Chana, uh, we don't expect to offer O1 in short time, except if OpenAI reduces the price, and cool, we'll do it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Not was asking, can we change the devices easily? But the,
Sure. Sure, you have full control of your account. If you want, you can revoke devices under your account. You can reset them and like start fresh from Triplo AI. So it's very easy. You don't have to worry about it.
it ties down to your email, actually, right?
Oh, it's not tied to the email. The
Oh,
key is the important thing. You can have as many devices as your key allows, and if you want to like remove all of the devices and start again with new devices, that's up to you. We don't, we respect your ownership on this.
okay, Joginda. Is it possible to create a knowledge base with multiple file, PDF, links, allow us to ask questions and provide answer
Great
to this?
question. It is. You can consume whatever you want to build your minds, direct text, URLs, files. The only thing you must respect is the maximum size of the mines, which is 200,000 tokens, and it's roughly about the size of a full romance book. Um, some come and ask, well, but what if I want to create a 1 million tokens mine? You're probably doing something wrong because it just degrades the performance quite a lot. It's costlier on the server side, but you should not need to use that much of tokens on building your mine. Not on Triple I, because remember, we are a productivity driven tool. This is not for exploring papers and working and talking with like lots of documents. This is not the case of like the new OpenAI research model and stuff. It's another thing. We want you to aim and shoot straight to the answer that you're seeking and saving time and doing more. Okay.
Okay. Valentin is asking, what is the difference if we use Triple AI credit or use my own OpenAI API?
Absolutely none, Valentin. We don't interfere on your prompts, nor using the allowance, nor using the OpenAI keys. Just a sec. Uh, my kids, sorry guys, and we don't have like limitation on the size of the prompts, the answers, whatever it is. Just a second, guys. The kid again. So we don't interfere with anything. You can run. We are as transparent as possible, so you can custom and you can craft the prompts the way you want. And we are 100% transparent with the answers that you got from the models. Sometimes it's crappy answer, and it's a very good position that we have since we don't interfere in that. It's something that either the model is not good enough to do or you didn't prompt it that well.
Okay. DeepSeek is supported actually. No. Okay, let's move to
It
the next
is.
question. Does it support web search when using AI?
You can. We do have like Sonar Perplexity, which is a model that can browse the internet. The thing is, this capability, this ability of searching the internet is inherently something that should be done by the models and not the tools. And I'll explain you why. Because it's very easy for me to add a step where we jump into like Google and search for the first results, and then we could inject this onto your prompt and answer something that you would feel like would be good, but it's not because I'm just picking the first thing that appears and delivering it to you. So it's on the model. We have one. It's very expensive. Maybe we'll limit this in the future, but you can do it.
Okay. Next question by KG. Okay.
The data captured for
Where
analyzing
is the
is limited.
history?
Go ahead, go ahead. Should I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. The data captured for analyzing is limited to the viewport or full window. Also, is the usage data stored in history and for how long? Okay, so the data that you can process on the prompt is limited by the prompting window of the model. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep like getting too technical, but when you're using, let's say, GPT-4o Mini, the prompting window is 120,000 tokens. So you can prompt up to 128,000 tokens. If you do prompt with more than that, it will break and tell you that it can process. So we don't limit this. It's on the model. Some models are gigantic, some models are small. The less you use, the better it is because AI gets confused with lots of content. Uh, the data is stored locally, as I said. We do have a limitation of number of weeks, but I don't think we're enforcing. You can jump into Triplo AI, our website, and the limits of storing are listed there. But we are not putting that in place.
Okay. Next question with Valentine. Can we change the wake up keyboard hotkey?
Sure, you can. It's fully customizable. You can use three keys, whatever the way you want.
Okay, this is simple to answer, but just answer that, you know.
Yeah, Saddam, we have a long, very long list of like 20 plus models that we offer under allowance. You can jump into our documentation and it's listed there. Go.triplo.ai / allowance. You'll see all of the models offered.
Okay. Can we?
China, okay. You can limit the amount of tokens used as an instruction. Be sure that AI is kind of confused with the length of answers. So you can say, give me like brief answers limited to like 100 words or something like that. You'll be around that.
Oh, this is voice activation. I think you can, right?
Oh, yes, you can. If you Oh, not exactly like that. We don't aim to be a Siri or what's the name of the Google thing or Alexa or anything like that. This is space for the giants. I don't want to play with that. But you can use voice to prompt Triple AI and hear the results as long as you're using your own OpenAI API key. Because Whisper, which is the model, is kind of costly and we don't offer this under allowance.
Okay. Next question by Sumit. In tier 3 and tier 4, if we use only three
Okay.
devices, what happened to the remaining unused token?
That's a good question, Samit. Thank you for asking. We offer these tokens for the gods of tokens. They are spared, not used, and that's it.
Okay, what's the idea behind not sharing credit among devices?
Johinder, if I'm not misspelling your name, this is just the way we structured the deal on AppSumo. If you want to use less devices and have access to the pro features, I welcome you to be one of our subscribers. You can send me an email on support@triplo.ai. I'll share a nice coupon of discount with you, and you'll be happy with three devices, one device, two devices, how many you want, and having access to the features that you want to. As for now on AppSumo, we have a very clear offer. It's detailed there, and tokens allowance tokens are not portable between devices. Just to be 100% clear, we don't take tokens as a feature. I really don't care. I would like not to have them. The thing is that if my mother decides to buy AAA, she won't be able to jump into OpenAI, set an account, copy the token, the API key, copy to Triplo, allow it here, and there. If you want, you can use. Bring your own keys there for that.
Okay, digital product one. Oh, this is Gala. Can we setting for Jan? I don't understand this question actually. Do you?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Yeah, Gala, please ask again. Clarify
Yeah.
your question.
Happy to
Let's move.
answer.
Can we create an example of digital book with triple AI and then sell it out, sell it without some copyright issue?
It's not designed to be a writer tool. Okay, I think there are better tools for AAA than that. Um, that said, it's very capable of doing that. I didn't design it for that because I'm not a writer. This is not a use case that I have. Uh, I would be like trying to fool anyone doing that. But if you check our YouTube channel, you'll see a very strong use case of building books with Triple AI, and we have a couple of users that already published them. If I'm not wrong, you got to check the privacy and the terms of service of OpenAI or the model that you're using. You won't have like copyright problems using AI to generate content.
Okay. Jenna is asking,
Oh,
oh,
sure.
okay.
That's a
Please go.
great question, Chana. Back in version 3.4.0, we released a killer feature, which is called hotkeys, where you can assign a smart prompt to a hotkey. So whenever and let me show you, if you can share the screen with me, cool. I'll jump into my text editor here, and I'll type something in English that is fairly wrong. Okay, so how nice is it to have Albert? So here I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to write in bad English, but it's not that bad. But what I can do, I can select everything here, and I hit Control A for that in this case, or I could use my mouse. And if I hit Control Tab, you'll see that my triple I indicator popped up here. And what I did, I used this smart prompt, this hotkey, and let me show you what I mean, which is improve. So if I select anything and I hit Control Tab, it will run the improve smart prompt. And what it does, uh, it refines the English, and it reviews grammar and spelling and everything. So this is something I do all the time. So just so you understand how it works, if I add a hotkey here and let's say Control Shift Backspace, and I use it to translate, and I'm using Brazilian Portuguese as an example. So if I select that and I hit Ctrl Shift Backspace, it should translate the content to Brazilian Portuguese. So let's see it live. So Ctrl Shift Backspace, you see that popped, and now it translated the content. So it's probably the way I use prompting more in AAA today. It's very useful, and in a single feature, we I feel that we increased the value of AAA quite a lot because I'm back. Yeah, it's saving me Grammarly just with a simple smart prompt, and you can do it for very complex things. You can even don't set it to a hotkey, to a smart prompt, and use it for open prompting. If you allow me, uh, Mr. Tan, let me show it because this is fairly interesting. So moving back, so do you remember and let me set it up here. So now let's change this Ctrl Shift Backspace from Brazilian Portuguese for nothing. So there's no, or no, oh, sorry, none. There we go, none. So it's not associated with any smart prompt. What I'm gonna do now, I'm going to use that trip to Istanbul example. So suggest me a 3-day trip plan for Istanbul. And if I run that hotkey here, you see that I'm prompting AI, and I'll get the 3-day schedule for a trip to Istanbul. And it will take a little longer because we are like processing more stuff. And come on, AI, don't let me alone. It's getting too long. I think OpenAI is kind of suffering today, but let's wait a bit. Or I can try prompting again. Oh, come on. I'm sorry this didn't work. So let me try it again. I don't know. This things always happens in the wrong time. But okay, this should be working. And let me ask something simpler. Um, what you? Oh, I'm pissed off. This should be working because I use this all the time. Give me one more chance, and I'll do something. I'll delete this smart prompt, and I'll create this hotkey. I'll create Control Shift 1 and associate this with nothing. And let me try this again. Control Shift 1. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think that was something, some sort of uh, uh, problem with the former setting. But if you have just a Data Explorer Rio, you have the experience of this, and that, and these are the places. So what I did, I used the hotkey to activate a prompt directly wherever I am. So I could, for example, let me jump into Facebook here, and I could use this to, let me see, I could use this to generate content directly here. So suggest me a message for Triplo AI users about the webinar, and use it here to generate the content directly where I am. See, during the session, the team will cover this, and that, and this is a kind of rushed example, but if you provide like more content or better direction, you would have like better results. But it's very very powerful, and it's amazing. It's something that changed the way we thought, we think about triggering AI, the way to trigger AI. Go
Okay.
ahead, Mr. Tam. Back to the questions.
Yeah, guys, before we continue, I have just posted up the giveaway participation form. So if you would like to participate to win the remaining prizes, please fill out the form. Then we will do the draw at the end of this session. So it's in your chat. I think the YouTube chat up there. I just posted quite a while back. Okay, so it's also on the screen now. You can just go downloadsilo.com/, triple webinar. That is the form to fill up. Okay, let me go to the next question. Okay, this question is interesting, Mizano. Is it possible to train this chatbot and embed it on my website to engage visitor? That is difficult.
No, this is part of the confusion. We are not a
Yeah.
chatbot. We are not designed to be embedded anywhere. We believe that you, the user, should be always taking the decisions and judging the content provided by AI. So we are kind of averse at the stage where we are to leave AI to work alone. So no.
Okay, scraping is super cool. What other action like scraping a YouTube link and get a summary?
Oh, sure. Let me show you, and hopefully everything will work. So if I jump into my YouTube channel, and here we have Triple AI videos, and I think it's the the connection that is not that fast. But if I have the URL of this video, I can say, and I throw in the URL. Oh, I have. Oh, I see why it's messing up, because I have automation activated. But okay, I shouldn't. But as you can see, we summarized the Triple I summarized the video content into this. In this video, the host introduced a new format, and I'm talking about the new versions of Triple AI. What are the things that we created here? and we release it in this version. So let me pick another one. This is a 14 hours ago. This is a fairly long one, so 5 hours I won't try it, but this one, let's say, if I want to summarize this thing, and I don't know this video, okay? So I could say, um, in bullets, let me know what are key points of, and I could have like an instruction. I could connect this to an automation, and with a mind I could build like lots of different things around the way you prompt. So prompting is still the most important thing for you to develop, and if you know how to build great prompts, I'm sure you will take full advantage of Triplo AI. So in this case, it summarized the video and came back with this summary. Let me head back here, Mr. Tan.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Can we upload files even better drag and drop?
Sure. Sure, you can. I won't be like jumping back and forth, but you can insert files onto your prompt. You can insert files onto your training, and you can also drag and drop files into Triple AI. Images, you can paste images into the UI, PDFs, Excel files, CSVs, docs, docx, and all of the text files.
Okay, next question by Ibrahim. Do we need an API or is it included?
Ibrahim, we have a huge allowance, huge monthly allowance for all of the devices that uses Triple AI. So allowance tokens are up to 2 million per month. But if you want, you can bring your API keys and take advantage of like premium models or easy us on the consumption of tokens. That's on you.
Okay. Let's move a little bit faster, Philip. Okay. So the feature you show, you collect triple AI docs for context. It's only
Yeah.
available in tier 3 or tier 4 only.
You're correct, China. Training and automation are available only in the Pro plans, and these are mapped to tiers 3 and 4 on Epson.
Okay. What is the maximum number of tokens of Triplo can process in single submission?
That depends on the model that you're using. Google, for example, have models, Gemini models that can process up to 1 million tokens at once. Um, GPT-4o Mini, I know that is 128,000. This is up to the models. But again, if you're using too many models on a single prompt, you're probably doing something wrong.
Okay. Rovel is asking, can Triple AI be used on Android? Does it function the same as a mobile? Is it
Yeah.
optimized?
Great question, Wallace. We port most of the features for the mobile versions. To be 100% transparent, the mobile is not as good as the desktop. We are working on a new version of it, better design, better UX, and we have pretty much everything except for automations now. Automations, there's a technical limit that we cannot run on mobile, but it's very complete. And the interesting thing is that you can access it anywhere on your mobile, and this is very nice.
For
You can
translation,
so
yeah.
you regarding translation, you can prompt translate this for me, and you can throw in the file, you can throw in the content, you can copy and paste, you can select the content on your screen. You rule it. It's uh, something easy to be done.
Next one, Word document. Can we work with documents and PDF?
That's a good question. Triple AI runs as a client, so it's over all of the apps that you're running on your desktop. So you don't need it to be integrated with anything. If you're using your Word, you can select the text in your Word document and use it and prompt. If you want, you can like do how I did with hotkeys and prompt directly um, on your document. So yes, you can use it.
Okay. Can I get a response from multiple minds?
Oh, you can have up to 10 mines on each of your devices. So it's a fairly decent limit that you can use.
Maybe what you're asking is, you can access to all the mind at one time, right?
Oh yeah, one of mine at a time for sure. Sorry, I just lost one of my lights, so I'm trying to uh, light it up here.
Okay. Next question by Mick. Can Triplo be combined with automation tool in response to email? Yes, of course.
It can, but I advise you not to do it. You see, results, even if you have a fairly straight prompt and very tighten up, you still risk sending a message or an email that you don't want to. And that's not Felipe telling this. This is a matter of security of AI. Even with large models, new models, people training them, depending on the question and the way you ask and the characters that you use, you may get unexpected results. So, although you could do it, I would not suggest you to. And to be 100% transparent, it's not designed for this particular use case, okay?
Okay. What is the advantage of using it compared to OpenAI extension?
I,
Nicholas.
I don't know exactly what do you mean by OpenAI extension, but I don't know. Maybe you could tell me better. How do you like OpenAI extensions and how do you use that?
Maybe it means no. That's not. Yeah, that should be the ask. Can I train my own model for a specific use case?
We
Is
are
it
not
in
like,
mind?
yeah, we're not. If you're talking about training, training is a knowledge base, so it's content that you use for particular needs of yours. And of course, you can train your own mind, as I did on the example, for your own specific case. If you want to like customize a model and refine it, distill it, and stuff, no, AAA is not done for that.
Is
Okay,
this
Noor, is there a web version? If I use tier one, can I access the web app by chance? No, there's no web app, and there won't be a web app. And we don't plan to have like a Chrome extension or anything. Because if you remember, the core idea behind Triple AI is that I want it to be available anywhere. So as we have now, you can run it over a web page or under PDF, under a Word document, Excel file, PDF, whatever it is. And if I lock it onto a browser, I miss my point. How many languages Triple I cover? Okay, we have, I believe, more than 100 languages on the translation prompts for Triple AI. It covers as many languages as the models covers, and this is pretty much all of the at least Western languages for sure, those that I know better. But I know that it suffers a little bit with Eastern languages and also Arabic and so on. So you should try if you do if you're not like in English, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and the like most common in the West. And the reason for that is just because AI was trained on it, and it's easier for you to understand. Okay, Craig, does Triplo have context about what I previously asked? It does if you do activate the chat mode. Chat mode is in summary that is carrying context of your former prompts. If you don't, it will forget everything that you asked, uh, especially because you could have good results with a straight prompt, and we don't like um, saving or recycling content of yours. This is part of the privacy effort. So
okay? Next question. Can I train him to answer multiple questions at once?
yeah, Darren, if you ask multiple questions all at once, you should have answers for all of your questions. Uh, Training is capable of gathering data. Training specifically gathering multiple chunks of data from your knowledge base. So depending on how many, because if you ask like 50 questions all at once, the results will be like very precarious. You can think of AI as a very skilled analyst. If you ask many things all at once, it will tremble and it behaves, it's kind of human like in this way.
Okay. Do you have a cloud AI? And which model is best for chatting or providing long essay answers?
I'm not the I often don't use AAA for this sort of use case. We do have Claude AI under Bring Your Own Key for Anthropic or Open Router if you want to use any of them. Uh, as from what I heard, Claude is quite capable for that. But I'm amazed with, for example, what DeepSeek did and the quality of the outputs that I got. GPT-4o Mini is kind of good, and the premium GPT is also. So you have plenty of choices, and this is something important. We are kind of model agnostic. You choose whatever works best for you. I'm here to provide you access to that.
Can I get answer to prompt from multiple model at the same time for comparison and select the best one? Oh,
No,
difficult.
China, this is not the idea. We are not Triple I not doesn't aims to for you to research things. And this is a typical use case. If you need like multiple models evaluation, you should try other tools, not Triple I. It's not the one for that.
Okay. Can we have a team of different AI agent? How many in a team and how many teams?
Yeah. So we have agents, and it's actually a connection with the former GPTs from OpenAI. So if you have a GPT on OpenAI under your account, you can have access to it through Triple AI. We don't have. They changed the name. GPTs were such a failure, and after all that hype and fire in videos and stuff, it didn't work. And now they are calling them operators. So they're very good at this marketing. Uh, so you can have access to your GPT agents on of AAA. Yes, you can. This
Okay.
is kind of common question. If I lose access to my device, if I miss my device, if I want to change, yes, you can. You can reset your key and start fresh, or you can recover things on other devices. It's not a problem.
Parental control.
No, we don't have parenting control. You should not allow your kid to play with AI at this point in time. And if you do, well, not only with AI but any mobile interaction, be near your kid. I am near my one, so I have a 5-year-old kid, and I don't leave him alone with the mobile phone in his hands.
Okay, future plans. That's good. What
Oh,
is the future plan?
that's cool. Uh, Many ask us about the roadmap. So, what's next? What are you building? See, we are in the messier possible space now. AI is like pushing limits and new things all the time. What we are sure is that we don't focus on building anything that was previously built by anyone but to serve our users. So we don't have a roadmap. I don't know exactly what I'll be developing in a year or so for the simple fact that I don't know what AI will bring to us. Let's say operators gets traction and proves its usability and results and could help us do allow our users to be more productive. So we'll follow this trend. We'll take that and bring to AAA. So we don't have a particular roadmap, and I don't see a very specific road ahead of AAA, except for serving the users on doing more anywhere on their devices. This is the key.
Okay, so yeah, this is the clarification from Gela, no, from Indonesia.
Yeah. I mean, I want output the article have this format. Oh yeah, you can design the expected output either on your prompts or under an instruction where you tell AI what you want, the way you want it to behave, or you could even have a custom smart prompt for that. It's fairly.
Yeah, I think it's asking the AI to do a lot of things.
I see SERP there, and I assume this is related to SEO matters. I
Yeah,
literally suck on SEO matters. I know nothing about it. It's kind of hard for me. What I tell you is if you ask lots of things all at once, it will break and not deliver you good results. You should think of this as a step on a workflow. and you can work this on your smart prompts and your automations and things at Triplo AI.
Okay. Last question by Digital Product One. Or generate
Sure, you
image.
can. We do have an AI image smart prompt that generates fairly good results for Midjourney. We got compliments for that.
Okay, the last question. Digital Product Online One. Or export in
I,
XML file.
I don't know how to answer that, man. What I can tell you is that AAA does not generate files as outputs. It generates, in the particular case of automation, it generates webhook JSON payload, so you can use it anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe the use case is slightly different. Yeah, this is the last question from Gola.
I believe so. I don't see any limitation on that. But depends on the size of your PDF. Don't expect to send a 100-page PDF with like tons of Indonesian content and getting a particularly good result out of the blue. You still need to review and work on these things, or you don't care about the quality of the translation. So what I can tell you is that AI seems to be, from the languages that I know, and I'm kind of fluent in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and also I do understand Italian and French, kind of good, but not perfect. It's very good, but sometimes it misses nuances and like vocabulary and stuff. But it's an evolving thing.
Okay, Philip, thank you for all your answers. No, I believe we have answered all the question. Guys, if you have any more question, please ask it in the Facebook group. And now we're going to do the last draw for all the prizes, remaining prizes. Philip, let me have my 2 minutes. You can continue to talk about whatever thing you want. Let me go to the back end to get the names out for the draw.
Okay. Okay, so let me just answer the last question from Valentin. We do have clients for Windows, Linux, Mac Silicon, and Intel, Androids, iOS, iPhones and iPads, and Chromebooks. So I answered you. I use AAA on the Linux. In my case, it's Linux Mint. I used to have it on Linux Zorin, and I also tested this by myself on Ubuntu. So we are agnostic. I want everyone to have AAA on their computers and mobile phones.
Okay,
Help me
guys,
buy
let
some.
me share my screen on the views of name, the random views of name. Okay, hold on. Can you see that, guys? Yeah, I think it's up.
Oh, I love this.
Okay, guys, we are ready to spin. Okay, just for your information, for those who are first time here, if we call up your name when the wheel decide you are the winner, you must be here to answer that you are here with your name, or else we won't be giving you the prize. Because it to be fair, somebody can just put the name on the last minute and go off. Okay, let's shuffle the name and let me check any repeated names. Yeah, there are one repeated name. Wallace. Let's go. Okay, I think we are good to go. Let's shuffle. Okay, we have three more prices for tier one. So we'll draw three prices for tier one right away. Okay. Holy Chris. So I don't know you, but are you here to claim your prize? Please type your name in the chat if you are here. If not, we will spin again. Holy Chris. I think he didn't ask any question. Okay, while waiting, we just print
I know him.
another.
I know him. Great guy.
You know him? Oh, good.
I do.
Okay, let's remove his name first. We'll spin another two times to get a tier one prize. Let's go. Zajahan Omar. Okay, please type your name in the chat so that we can award you the prize. Let's remove you. I will spin the last one again for the tier one prize. Let's go.
Oh, Johinda got it.
Johinder. Okay. No, this is not tier one. It should be tier two. Sorry, we have actually have first one is Bravely just now. Second one is Oli. Third one is Shahjahan Omar. So Joginda, you got a tier two. Okay, let me check the screen whether these people are around to claim the prize. Okay. Yes, yes, Oli. Oh, you're in Bangkok. Congratulations. Let's see the other Sajahan. Yes, you are here. Congratulations. Okay, Joginda. Congratulations. Okay, so let's summarize for the first one. First one is actually Bravely, the very first prize. Then second one is Uli. The third one is Shahjahan Omar. So tier one, three of you got tier one. Joginda, you're the first winner of tier two prize, Joginda. So we're going to draw the last one. So let's do it. Shuffle again. I don't know why there is no sound in the view. Maybe I disabled. I muted it.
I
Okay,
hear the sound.
Yuan. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Okay, we have all the prizes. Not should be around. Not please type your name. He is congratulating somebody. Oh, Yuan. Okay, guys. Yeah, now please type your name so that we can actually award the prize to you. Okay, before we end, let's. Oh, let me unshare the screen first. Hide the screen. Okay. Yes, you are here. So all the winners are here. Congratulations for your cooperation. And before we end, and it's getting late, half an hour past our scheduled time, and Philip is actually a busy guy. So Philip, thank you for your what I call your support to be here and answer all the questions. Thank you again, and we hope that those people who have not bought it, maybe pick up your mind. And I think the price is going to increase anytime now. So another 2 hours, I believe. So guys,
Yeah.
if you still have any question, you can always ask Philip in our group, and he will be very eager to answer that. I'm sure. So Philip, you have any other thing to tell the audience? Anything about
Yeah,
the
I just want to thank everyone, those who participated, those who listened. I want to thank you for the opportunity. It's my pleasure. I'm really happy with the product and proud of the product and the team that we have. And I'm happy to see users enjoying and challenging us to deliver more. We play a very fair game with our users, and we are as transparent as possible with everything that we do. And I think we are like harvesting the results of it. We have a strong user base, great sales results, and more than anything, we are helping people do more using AI. So it's a rapid evolving environment, and we are ready for that. So thank you very much, Albert.
Okay, thank you, Philip. So, guys, that's it. This is our first webinar in 2025, and thank you for your support, guys. And to be fair, I have not been doing a webinar for the last 3 months. So I might not be able to do that many from now onwards. As you know. So, but when we do, we hope to get your support, and also that we'll choose those webinar that is those founders who are actually good. So Philip is one of them. So Philip have been with us for since 2023 when he first started this Triple AI. So let's give him a support. Whether you buy it or not is not important. It's more important give him your what they call spiritual support. He has done a very good job actually. From the very beginning. From 2023, and many people don't give him a chance. I would say, people say he will actually go bust or whatever. So that kind of thing. But he's a black horse.
It's all
Hopefully,
good. Thank you very much, my friend.
uh, hopefully, his step will become a unicorn. So I mean, there is no competition, to be frank. None of the AI, what they call a productivity tool, is similar to him. Most people are doing Chrome extension. Most of them. Most of them. I think most of them. So that's it. So there are a few more questions, right? I don't know. I saw.
No,
Oh
people
no, those
people
are
thank
good
you,
luck.
congratulating the winners. So congratulations, the winners. You got a free amazing tool. Take advantage of us. Right to support, and yeah, of course, it's always good having support from our users, and I'm very thankful for that because we have a very vocal uh, pack of users, and we have great reviews, we have great support. But the most important thing is that you use your tools and you provide feedback. This is, in the end, this is the most important thing about a campaign on AppSumo, is getting good feedback from the users, not good things or congratulations, good feedback. And this works well, this doesn't work well, I'm getting bugs here and there, and this is how we grow, and we're getting better.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye bye.